So we've got this microphone,
Yeah.
and you've got that camera, and we are talking about punk.
Upon arrival, my friend Caroline and I hit the streets of London to understand and discover the punk rock culture this city was once infamous for. Naturally, our first stop was the eclectic neighborhood of Camden. These streets are flooded with tattoo parlors and clothing stores relating to what is punk fashion. But we couldn't help but feel like maybe these vendors are commercializing or appropriating punk rock culture. Is this just a place where tourists come for an experience, or is it really a place where punk rock truly lives on? So we decided to ask the experts at London's only punk rock music record shop that is still in business, All Ages Records. Here we learned after speaking with the store owner that Camden used to be the place for punk rockers to let loose and socialize within their community. However, despite them doing nothing wrong, punk rockers became the police department's #1 target, and eventually they were pushed and shoved out of their own community space, making All Ages Records one of the last places still existing to keep this community together and to keep punk rock alive. To feel a bit more connected to the history of punk rock, we went to the place where all punk rockers used to go, the Camden Canal. Now this place looks a lot different than I expected it to look. Situated in between a Starbucks and an All Saints store, this doesn't seem very punk rock to me. The record shop owner explained to us that this change is all due to law enforcement targeting the Camden Canal and the punk rockers when they made it illegal to drink on the canal, despite the open drinking policy on all other streets of London. So we sympathize with the punk rockers and how they must have felt.
Can't I just drink my beer and leave?
No, pouring it in the canal.
Oh, awful. Awful.
Now that we've gained some insight from some experts, it was time to learn what the common Londoner thought about punk rock.
Angry people shouting over boring music.
Punk is an intellectual understanding of the fact that we have absolutely missed the point.
Why
Totally.
What's the point?
We missed the point because punk is alternative, punk is reactionary, punk is I'm not happy.
I mean, punk isn't just music, it's a movement, I suppose. Pistols, for instance, it's not just music, it's not just, sound. There's a message, a very political one.
To understand this message, Caroline and I headed to the 100 Club for our very first punk rock show. This space can only fit 350 people, yet it has been graced with performances by the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Tonight, we saw the Subhumans, who are an English hardcore punk rock band that formed in the 1980s. Most of the crowd was filled with an older generation, but within that crowd stood a group of young people looking to mosh and rebel. If we learned anything from this show, it's that punk rock isn't dead, but it is on life support. This show encouraged Caroline and I to get angry about things again, bring attention to our world's problems. And if you don't want to hear it from us, these men can confirm it.
If you're the boy or the girl who just goes like, cha cha, like a little bit out of kilter, if you're feeling punk, you'll save the world. You'll save the fucking world. Because those songs inform us. And they make us look at pictures differently. They make us sing differently.
Punk seems something that should be very relevant now, and sort of, pushing back against the system, people being able to voice their opinions, and there seems like a sort of time when there would be some sort of rebellion. And at the moment, it's all very dulled down.
Basically, screw societal norms, be an individual, and smash some shit.
Fuck this!